journal. I did get a journal. I got a
Oh, you sure
journal.
did. You did. You got one. Yes, you did. Hakeem didn't get one.
And you signed it. What are you talking about? And you signed it. I was like,
okay.
You get a pass. Where the link?
Get a pass.
I definitely would have spun some money your way. You feel me?
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah, it was good. I like it. I like the cover and everything. It was beautiful, man. Nice notebook and everything. That joint was spot. That's why I wanted to bring her back on the show. I wanted to talk about her notebook.
No, let her correct. It's not technically a notebook. It's a what you call it?
It's a manifestation.
A manifestation book. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's basically just a sacred space for you to record all of your thoughts, your desires, your wants, your hopes, your dreams, and just a way to kind of keep track of everything. And just a clear, sacred space to, express your thoughts and just have good energy circulating throughout it. Because, sometimes we want something and we may share it with the wrong person and their energy can impact it. Or, we want something, but then we don't really know specifically what we want. We just kind of know what we want. So we kind of get what we want. And I started learning years ago just the power of self and the power of focus and the power of just being able to really conjure up like what it is that you want, like very specifically. And I just wanted to share that with people. So yeah, I've been getting so many amazing reviews. Like it's been working. So I'm happy.
Yeah, but anyhow, hold that thought. Cause we live in the action. Hakeem, you already know how we go, man. Do your thing, baby boy.
Thank you for tuning in to Chaos Culture Radio. I'm here with some of my friends, and the Queen is back. The Queen, one of our closest friends, who always showed us some love. And this time I'm gonna let Ron. And this Hakeem, I'm gonna let my brothers come and Ron. You need to introduce him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you already know this your man Ronnie Ron in the house.
It's your man, New Jordanaire. Let's go. Let's get it. Go ahead, Ronnie.
All right, yo, check it out. You already got the intro, a little taste of Miss Eleanor, man. She was on the show before. I had to bring her back because now she created a new project. She's doing some hot things right now in this city of Miami. So I was like, yo, you got to come back on the show. Let's talk about what you got going on. So one thing she got going on, she created a notebook. It's not really a notebook. It's a manifestation notebook, which she said earlier during the podcast, but she's going to go more in depth. Miss Eleanor, what's going on, baby girl? What's happening?
What's going on, guys? What's going on?
What's going on?
Going on. Good to have you.
Thank you. And it's Elodie, by the way. It's pronounced a lot of people when they see it, they mispronounce it. But it's Elodie like melody without.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah.
You good. It happens. I just want to clear it up.
No, definitely.
Okay. Well done. Go ahead.
Yeah, that's it. It's Elodie. What do you guys want to?
Listen, we want to catch up with you. Like, let's start from the beginning. Like, it's been a year since the last time you've been on this podcast. Like, what have you been up to?
Oh, just a whole lot. I spent a lot of last year, and I think we kind of touched on it, just about, the evolution of self and just tapping into that healing and, tapping into your best and your highest self. And I've kind of been preoccupied with doing that. And it has yielded some amazing results in my life. I've gained so much clarity. I've gained so much peace. I've gained so much focus. And I developed a project that allowed me to kind of share a piece of that with the people that I know, the people that follow me, and people who are kind of like on a similar journey and that could mirror what I was experiencing. I got through a lot of last year and a few years before that just by journaling and just being very intentional about what I wanted to keep in my life and what I didn't. So I created what I call my little black book, which is a manifestation journal. And it's just a sacred space where I'm able to be authentic and raw and honest between me and God, or me and my higher power, about what it is that I want, without feeling judged, without feeling like it's weird, without feeling like it's too big of a dream. And, I just recorded it. And I'm able to go back and look back and be like, wow, I really did manifest that car, or I really did manifest that person or that home, or, that friendship. And it's been an amazing journey. So, that's one of the things that I had going on. And then I'm working on my new show, Why Good Men Cheat, which is an Elodie Alcindor stage play coming July 2022. And it's gonna be fire. So
yeah, I seen some clips on your Instagram with the girl Pierre and stuff like
Yeah.
that. It look like it looks fire. It looks fire.
it is. Trust me,
But
it's great.
I also say you don't only just sell notebooks. You do got other products on there that you sell, like calming oil,
Yes.
healing crystals, and sage, and
Yes.
stuff like that.
Yeah. So those are all products that I basically just used along my journey. Like I have a calming body butter, just essential oils, healing crystals. Like these are all things that helped me deal with a lot of my anxiety, helped me deal with tough moments that I was going through. Some people don't need them, but if you're like me, like I'm a very tangible person. So I need to be able to hold something or touch something or, just feel something real so that I know like that the energy is working. So, I have crystals for self-love, crystals for protection, crystals for all types of things. Body butters that were made from natural ingredients to keep your skin smooth after you take a shower, aromatherapy, just soothing your body, a way to calm yourself before you get into bed and just kind of cleanse yourself from the day. Just a whole bunch of different tools that I think, can help people in different ways. So yeah, they're there.
Got it. My question is, how does it feel to you, with the products you sell and the books you write? How does it feel to you that you helping out other people?
It actually feels weird sometimes, to be honest. Only because, like when it came, so I grew up Christian my entire life. Which I still am Christian. I still love Jesus, still love the Lord, believe in them and all, but I just see it from a different perspective now. And so it was a little bit weird. I was very closeted with it at first, like when I was researching and when I was, doing my spiritual practices and my cleansings and whatever, because I didn't really understand it. And so I didn't really share much of it. I just knew it was working for me. So, when I started to realize like, damn, this really is healing me and it's helping me to outgrow these thoughts about myself and these views of these perspectives of my family and my childhood wounds and whatever. I'm like, damn, the more conversations I started to have with my friends and the more that they could relate, the more I started to understand like, okay, people would be more receptive than I thought. So just to see that I'm in such a place where people are being receptive to what I'm doing and they love it and I'm sharing it, like I'm good with it. I'm definitely a lot more open to it.
I want that's beautiful. I want to ask you something. You know what I mean? Since I've met you, you've always seemed like a very deep person, mentally and spiritually and stuff like that. And I wonder, like being a woman in this space, how in being finally, because it seems like you finally are able to speak about things that maybe was difficult in your life. What kind of advice you can give to other women as far as, I don't know how I'm trying to word it in a way that makes sense, like which a lot of women
tap into it, I guess.
Yeah, to tap into it and stuff like that. It seems, like get into a place where you are comfortable to speak or comfortable to be emotional or to be vulnerable again.
To be honest, the only thing I would really say is just have courage. Like the finished product looks so great and finished product looks all shiny, but the process is like excruciating. And the reason I say that is because, and I think it's not just for women, it's for men too, because a lot of men bought my journal, surprisingly. Like I was more shocked than anybody. I was like, what, guys too? But a lot of them did. Some said they were going to write their raps in it or whatever. I'm like, whatever you want to do with it, like freestyle, I don't care. Do what you want to do. But the purpose of it, of course, is for healing. What I would say is like, just be courageous and facing like the things that you kind of bury deep down inside, the things that you've tried to forget about, put in the back of your mind, the things that people said to you to break your confidence, the jokes people made when you were in middle school that started to make you insecure about how big your head is. Like it starts to dig up stuff that you forgot even existed, and it's not easy. It's not easy to admit to yourself that you allowed it to impact you. It's not easy to accept that it happened to you. It's not easy to, just like embrace that version of you because you created this new version of you to be able to function in society and to be, productive or whatever. So I would just say have courage and just keep pushing forward, no matter what, no matter how difficult it gets, no matter how confusing it feels, like just keep pushing forward and make your peace your priority. And that's just with anything, your family members, your friends, your lovers, whatever, coworkers, your peace is your priority, and just chase after that with courage, because that's the only thing that you really have in this life, you know? So
I wouldn't even expect that from you, because you know what I mean, I've seen you on video, I've seen you spoken, you seem very confident, very, you know what I mean, sure of yourself.
Oh,
so
yeah.
you know what I mean, so you know what I mean, it does it's refreshing to see you allow people to see a different layer of you.
Oh yeah, I mean, I am confident. I am, you know, very sure of myself, but I was not always. I've definitely reached a place in my life where no matter what happens, I'm like, all right, I'll be all right, you know. But before, I wasn't like that. Everything would make me spiral. Everything. I mean, and it wasn't always emotional spiraling. Sometimes it was anger. Sometimes it was crying. Sometimes it was depression. Sometimes it was hiding away from everybody. Sometimes it was overeating. You know, like it comes out in different ways. And so, you know, I had to build that confidence again by just courageously moving forward, no matter what was happening. It was like, you still got to go out there and do your thing. Like, you still got to push through. You got to heal through this. You got to have those tough conversations. You got to set those boundaries. And that's what started to build my confidence. Like, the more I did it, and the more I realized like it wasn't the end of the world, the more confident I became. So.
No, definitely.
Okay. During writing your My Little Black Book, was that something or someone or maybe you what's something or someone kind of inspired you to write your My Little Black Book?
Something that inspires me to write in it?
No, like was there something? It's like when you write it, was there something or someone, you know?
Oh, well, it's a journal. It's
a journal. I'm sorry, a journal.
I didn't. There's nothing in it.
Yeah,
it's just a whole bunch of blank pages and a silver pen.
No, okay. What you were trying to say is like, what was the initial inspiration for you to make My Little Black Book and just the website, just the whole thing to come put everything into fruition?
There you go.
Okay. Well, as far as this, wanting to make it was more so about just wanting to provide an outlet to people who may not have one. Like even me, like when I was going through like really, really tough times, I went back and I looked at, like, you know how your memories come up on your social media?
Yeah.
And I go back and look and I'm like, damn, I looked happy as hell. Like nobody knew I was literally crying in the bathroom 4 seconds before this. You know, like I just look back and I'm like, damn, you really can't tell what people are going through in life. You know, even their closest friends that you see on a day-to-day basis, you can't really say like what they're really feeling or what they're really experiencing. And for me, my journal was always my safe space. It was always a place, again, for me to just be raw and authentic. And I wanted to give that to people who maybe didn't really have that outlet. So as far as the design is concerned, I have to give props to one of my very close friends, JoJo. Joe does hair. My favorite color was black for a very long time. It was just such a very powerful color. It was a plain color. It wasn't. It was a very simple color. There's nothing complex about it. It's not mixed with a whole bunch of colors. It's just black and strong. So she was like, "Why don't you just make it black?" I'm like, you know what? That's a great idea. So it started off being black, and then I wanted it to be matte black because I just love how sleek and chic and luxurious that looks. And then as I did my research, I just started to see that it can come with a black box. It just kind of built from there, to be honest. But she was the one that initially was like, "Why don't you just make it black?" I'm like, you know what? You're absolutely right. Because I loved black a lot at that time. So it just kind of happened that way. And
I could tell you look very sophisticated in that black dress.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, I love black is just a very sexy color, and it's a little mysterious. It's just a raw ass color. And so I just made it that. And then with it being black, I'm like, well, I'm just gonna call it the Little Black Book, because like back in the days before people had cell phones, like men would have numbers, or people would have numbers of like people they liked or people they slept with. Like they would keep record of kind of like their private things in what was called a Little Black Book.
That's a fact.
Yeah. Yep. So it was.
I'm old enough to remember that. And older guys still do that though.
Yeah, it was very much like a private thing. It wasn't something that was public. You know, you just pulled out your black book when you were bored on a Friday night and you wanted to hook up or whatever. So I kind of wanted to piggyback off of like that, the secrecy of it or like the mysteriousness of it. And I just came up with a name and logo came after that. Like, that's just how God works. It's like he'll spoon feed you and it just turns into like this big thing. So
no, definitely.
That's
how was the pandemic for you? Like as far as this life and writing, like your business, as far as your play, your industry, your agency and stuff like that?
To be honest, it was probably the most difficult periods of my life because I wasn't productive in any way, shape, or form. Like that's what through my purging process. So while everybody else was like kind of getting their businesses up and running or whatever, God was like, no, you sit down. And I'm like, what do you mean? Because I'm an on-the-go person. I'm not a sit down and just chill kind of person. I have to be productive. I have to be on set. I got to be doing this, got to be doing that. And it was like, okay, well, before we move into this next season in your life, there's some things we got to deal with first. And I'm like, what you mean? I'm good. You know, this conversation I'm having with God, like, what? I'm good. I'm ready to work. And it's like, no. Because before I catapult you into this next phase, your mind got to be right. Your finances got to be right. Your spirit got to be right. So that's where a lot of the purging was coming from. I was going to therapy still during the pandemic. Thankfully, my therapist was still like seeing me weekly and working with me or whatever. And so I started writing a new show. I started working on a new show and I just could not follow through. Like I was having a hard time getting out of bed. Like it was just a lot. And so I realized that was just my resting season. And so while everybody else around me was like booming with their businesses and their money and everybody's doing their thing, I was on pause. And so it was challenging for me in that way. But now that I look back on it, it was the best time in my life for me. Like it was everything I needed, but it just wasn't easy to swallow. So
was your therapist was the one that gave you the idea to write a journal, or you came up with the whole idea yourself?
Was who?
Was your therapist was the one that gave you the idea to write a journal? Because you know how some people go to therapy to say, hey, it'd be a good idea if you write things in a journal so you could kind of have a connection with your thoughts.
Right. Well, I've been journaling my whole life. So that portion of it wasn't really new. It's something that I've done. I've always been a writer since I was young. I think my first journal, I probably started when I was like 7 years old. So that part wasn't new. And actually my therapist, I had told her about the concept, like once it hit me, and she's like, that's a great idea. So she encouraged me to keep going, but no, she didn't really tell me like to do it. She just encouraged me like any therapist would. Like she just kept asking like, hey, what's the update? What's going on? When I got my logo, I showed her my logo. When I got the design, I showed her design, and she was very excited and happy. But no, that wasn't like her role in that.
No, that's what's up. No, that's definitely what's up. you know, for me, I was like, man, I was seeing you throughout the year. I thought you, man, you was hanging with rappers. I see you was at different parties. I said, boy, she living her best life. You know what I'm saying?
Not hanging. I was working with rappers. I was not hanging with them.
I was like, man, I say she the plug. I seen Sam Sneak come in. You know what I'm saying?
What? Those are my family members. That's not, you talking about something, because those are my family members. Literally, like blood relatives. They're my family members. So yeah.
No, but it was and I definitely feel you. You know what I mean? It's
Ooh, I was networking though. I'm not gonna lie. You're right about one thing. While I was not necessarily being productive, God was definitely bringing me out of my shell. I was never a strong networker ever. Like I would be the one that would be quiet with my drink and just be vibing. Networking was not my thing. And so as my confidence grew, that skill also grew. So you definitely saw me with people.
No, that's the thing. Like, probably, but I was like, I said, damn, I said, yeah, she's moving around. Like, you know what I'm saying? But still, it just doesn't, when you say like, you're not the biggest this and that, I can't see that from you.
I know. That's the thing. Like, yeah.
Like if I didn't know you and spoke to you and you telling me this, I would have thought you was like a Miami socialite.
Definitely not. I don't consider myself to be that. I mean, I feel like I'm well connected, but socialite.
Yeah. No, I'm just saying you look good, you dress well, you talk very well for yourself. You know what I mean? And I'm just only from the outside looking in, because I don't, you know what I mean, and I see you around and stuff like that. I'm like, oh, okay, you know what I mean. And yeah, I've only heard people spoke nothing but positive about you. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. I appreciate that.
You know what I mean. So I was like, you know what I mean. You could be an inspiration for a lot of you know what I mean. A lot of women who really are trying to do something in a place that's like kind of male dominated. You know, that's something I also want to talk to you about too, because you're the only woman I know in this space trying to do it, which I think is beautiful. You know what I mean? Because I don't think women get highlighted enough. And compared to you, got what's that Zoe boy name? Frenzy?
Who?
Morel. He just got featured on PBS. Francie.
Okay.
Francie, it's like, because it's a bunch of other people who are kind of like doing certain things, like as far as like making shows and stuff like that. And you know what I mean? Like I see you, because I don't know no other woman that's doing it. You feel me? You're the only one I see in this space. And I always bring your name up to people to be like, hey, I know, you know what I mean? I know your man's in them is doing this, but you know what I mean? There's a girl here who I know who's rocking out too. So I wouldn't, no, definitely, you know what I mean? I have to bring you up. I had to bring you up because it's only right, because sometimes I think, and this is something as me being a man, and my brothers can always understand, as we get older, we do start to see certain inconsistencies in certain things where women sometimes do get, their voice sometimes do get suppressed in a room full of men. You know what I mean? So how do you navigate all of that?
Well, to be honest with you, like if you look at my family, it's very male dominated. Like I grew up literally just with a whole lot of like boy cousins, and like my cousins, they were a lot older than me or a lot younger than me. So in my age group, I was the only girl. So you naturally learn to assert yourself, like, and to not be ran over just as a kid, you know, like whatever they did, I did. They were jumping gates, I was jumping gates. Like they were riding bikes, I was riding bikes. I was supposed to be inside cooking and cleaning, but it was like, no, I want to be outside with my family, you know? So like, I just kind of have like this natural way to flow, I guess, with men. And to assert my dominance, not in a disrespectful way, but just in a way that people are going to stop and pay attention, you know? So I don't really think of it too much as like a challenge, as maybe most people would. And I'm just kind of like doing my thing. And it is definitely a male dominated industry, but that's what makes it fun. And honestly, my mom, like, she was known in the Haitian community for having bigger balls than a lot of the men that she worked with. Like, she was fierce. She still is, you know, like she played no games. She didn't hold anything back. If she had to say something, she would say it. And she built a very strong reputation on that. So I guess I kind of picked up on that as well. But I mean, I don't know. I don't really look at guys as like a stopping point or like an obstacle. I come in, I know my stuff. I'm very well educated on, I'm knowledgeable on what I know what I'm talking about. I know what I'm doing. I know how to move. So I think that's definitely helped me a lot. But yeah.
I want to ask you a question when it comes to your. Oh, go ahead, John. You want to ask your question?
Yeah, sure. Do you have any long-term goals for yourself in the next couple of years? So like maybe writing board journals or selling, you know, any other things?
Yeah, definitely. So I want to own my own production studio, Blue Productions. I want to have my own like studio lot, just a place where I can film, where I can take pictures, just where I can do everything production from beginning to end in my space. Like I imagine myself walking into like a big glass building and my logo is just big and bright right at the front door where my receptionist will sit, you know, and like just have a whole bunch of different people just working in different, I guess, departments and just making it all work together. So owning my own production studio is definitely one of those things. Doing my first feature film with a full budget provided to me, that's definitely one of the things that I want to do. I want to tour with one of my stage plays, or with all of my stage plays. Just I don't know, just doing everything I want to do, just becoming a powerhouse in every way. That's really like my ultimate goal. And doing it while being happy, being with my friends, like blowing money fast on yachts, like, doing like regular life stuff, just being full. That's really like the ultimate goal in every like area of my life.
Stuff that you already do now, because you're already on yachts, baby. Don't act like nigga don't know though. Like, we don't see you on Instagram. You're already on yachts, baby.
I've been busy.
Yeah.
But yeah, just me and my girls, like just everybody just bossed up and doing what they do, being moms, being wives, being business women, and making it look sexy. That's really what it is. Like when I thought about like 30-year-olds or 40 or 50-year-olds back in the day, I'm like, oh Lord, they old. Like, they were just old and dry, kind of like they didn't really, their spirit was gone. I don't want to be that. I want to be doing my thing in every way possible and looking good. So.
No, yeah, but I want to ask you a question about networking, because I know networking is very important, especially in Miami, where there's a lot of networking opportunities. What is the process for you to meet different type of people, so you can explain to the crowd? Because a lot of people are trying to be where you're at or trying to get to the level where they can succeed in this type of business. How can they network to the right type of people?
I'm gonna tell you, like, to be honest, I'm gonna say like just being authentic, like being authentic, like being who you truly are and being passionate about what you do and who you are. Like my spirituality is who I am. The manifestation journal is just like a result of what my daily and spiritual practices are. It's not something I just made up out of thin air and I'm trying to sell it. Like anyone who's been following me for a long time, who knows me, who's been to my home, they've seen me meditate. They have these conversations with me on a daily basis. Like I don't have conversations about other people. I don't gossip about what's going on. I can't tell you who's who and what's what, but I know that when you leave a conversation with me, you're going to feel like, okay, I got something from that. Just like I would get something from you. Cause that's just who I am on a regular basis. So when I come in contact with people, it's like, I want to know, like, who are you really? Like, what do you do? Why do you do what you do? And those conversations kind of lead to like, oh yeah, it's cool. I can help you in this way. A lot of the times it's also me helping them, like, oh, I can help you with that. I can write that for you, or I can direct that for you. And then it just kind of, their relationship just goes from there. So I guess I would say like just learning to connect with people and being authentically who you are and always be willing to help, because, a lot of people are always looking to get something and very rarely are they willing to give just to genuinely give. And that's where things kind of get blurry. So I would say like, just know your stuff, know why you're doing what you're doing, why why it's your life's purpose, why it's your life's work, and it's going to sell itself, I guess. And that's like the only thing I can say. It's going to sell itself. People know what's real and what's not. So. No,
definitely. Now I want you to get into Why Good Men Cheat. When did things started to pick back up? I want to talk about that, man. Like,
I already knew that was coming. That's
you already knew. It just sounds like sounds like like I want you to get.
Yeah, I know, it's very interesting. And so after my last show, which is The Silent Cries of the Good Woman, I was getting a lot of like just amazing feedback. Everybody loved it, whatever. And my mentor, he came back again the second time. He bought 30 tickets and he wanted everybody that he knew to come see it or whatever. So, second time sold out. Everything was great. He called me the next day. He's giving me his perspective. Like, yo, it was dope. I love this. I love that. I love the soundtrack, blah, blah. Okay, so when are you going to start writing stories about men? I'm like, I mean, the story was kind of about men. He's like, nah, that was definitely like a chick flick. I'm like, okay, well, whatever. My goal is to tell stories about Black families. But, I'm a woman, so it's going to look kind of in favor of women, like whatever.
Yep.
Like, well, when are you going to write a story for men? I'm like, well, I guess never, because I'm not a man. So it's like, I can't really tell a man's story. He was like, that's not true. And so it went on to like a 3-hour conversation. And he used to lead like a couples ministry or marriage ministry in a church. And he was just telling me like, man, a lot of men are like dying in their relationships. A lot of men don't feel heard. A lot of men don't feel respected. A lot of men don't feel needed. And I think it's time that like somebody tells our story. I'm like, oh yeah, that's great. You're right. It ain't gonna be me, but you have a point. Like you definitely have a point. He's like, no, like you can tell the story. I know you can do it. So that was like 2018. So all of 2019, all 2020, which is during the pandemic, I was hosting like these focus groups. And these anonymous husbands, ex-husbands, boyfriends, single men, like it was just a group of like 15 to 20 single men. We made them food, we bought them liquor. I was the only woman there, me and my sister, because we were there taking notes. And we just let them talk. And they talked about their women. They talked about the things that hurt their feelings. We talked about the things that made them feel small, the things that made them feel great. Like, you know, we just talked. And surprisingly, the story just started writing itself, honestly. Like it kind of just started to do its own thing. And I just started to learn about men a lot, especially for me too, like just in dating and being in relationships, like, oh, I saw that completely wrong. Or I didn't know men felt that way about that. Like when women say like, oh, I don't need you, it makes men feel a certain kind of way. I'm like, oh, wow, okay. So I don't know, from there, I just started creating characters and it's turning into this whole thing. And I'm excited about it. I'm excited because I challenged myself a lot as a writer. And I think people are going to see like the growth in me, the growth in my team. Like it's going to be dope. Trust me.
No, definitely. I can't wait because to see what you got in store, because I see, you know what I mean, I've seen you had a couple people playing some roles, and I'm like, you know, I'm very introspective about things like that, you know, because you know, that there is a voice that needs to be heard sometimes, and I would love to see it from a woman's perspective, you know what I mean, speaking to men, understanding what men have to go through being in relationships with women.
Yeah.
But when I want to ask her, did she do her due diligence and talk to different men about do good men actually do cheat, or that's just her idea on thinking that good men do actually cheat? If you get my drift.
Well, this show is not about what I think or what my ideas are about men. It's just straight facts from what I've heard. I don't have.
I would like to know like the straight facts. No, we're not going into the debate. I just would like to know like what are the straight facts so far our audience could like. Okay, well, some idea of straight facts because you mentioned straight facts.
Well, so are you asking me if good men do cheat? Is that what you're asking?
Yeah, that's what I'm asking.
I'm not gonna give my personal opinion because my personal opinion doesn't matter. What matters is
no, but you say straight facts. No, because you mentioned straight facts. I say, well, no. Straight facts.
So the straight facts are the story is following the things that make you feel unseen, unheard, and unloved in relationships. Okay. It's not about whether or not to cheat. It's the things that would push a good man to cheat. And that's what people don't understand. They think I'm here. And that's really what the bait is like.
I catch your drift, Flo. I'm just like, I catch your drift. I got you.
Yeah, people are going to come thinking like, oh yeah, she about to be bashing. That's not what it is at all. I think a lot of women are going to be in the audience like, damn, I say that all the time. That's how that makes them feel. A lot of women are going to see themselves on stage and be like, oh, well, I didn't know my man felt that way. Like the men are very vulnerable in this play because they were very vulnerable with me when we were talking, you know, and I have to do it justice. I have to share the things that they share with me, small things like he got a haircut and she didn't notice, or she stopped ironing his clothes, or she stopped laughing at his jokes, or she stopped taking care of him, or, you know, like just, it's little things that you think that wouldn't matter to a man, but he's human just like we are. And I think that was the biggest thing that I took away. It's like, men are just as human as women. They're just as sensitive as women. And this play is not about like the dog ass dudes. That's not what this show is about. It's not about just niggas who cheat because that's just, they're broken. That's not what this is about. This is about the men who are about commitment, who want to get married, who want to be in a relationship, who want to build a family. And it's just, they're not happy anymore. So that's really what it's about. My personal opinion doesn't matter. Okay. I could think all niggas cheat and I could think my nigga would never cheat on me. I mean, it doesn't matter. That's not what the show is about.
On your journey with this, did you see anything that you probably have done?
Yes, absolutely. I was like, damn. That's why I said it's going to be so raw. Because even me, I had a moment where I was like, they were talking. All I could do was laugh because I wasn't really allowed to give my opinion because I wasn't there to give an opinion. I was there to listen. And that was like one of the hardest things for me. I was shaking my leg and all because I had stuff to say, But I had to learn to allow a man space to say what he needs to say without feeling like I have to give an answer. And that was one of the lessons for me, like listening. I didn't know how to listen before. Before I would be like, what? Okay, well, whatever, you tripping, because and I immediately switched into, I don't want to say victim role, but just like being defensive. And it's like, you really got to just listen. I think it definitely increased my patience with men because I didn't really have any. Like, I was quick to be like, you know what, next. Like, I'm not dealing with this, I'm not dealing with that. So I definitely learned like a lot of things, to be honest, but you know, you gotta just come watch the show to see from my perspective.
Yeah, just make sure you give us a ticket for all three of us. You know, you already know how I get down. You know, I'm gonna be there front row seat. Yeah. I'm like, hey, that's not true.
We gotta go see it.
Yeah, I'm in LA, so I'll take that. I'll get that one-way ticket, that brown ticket to LA. So I'll definitely be there.
Now, I want to ask you, is it gonna be a role? Is it a role play or is it locally in Miami only? That's what I was gonna ask you.
You said what?
Is it going to be on the road or is it going to be actually in Miami?
Well, as of right now, it's in Miami. It's in Jacksonville. So it's going to be in Miami at the end of July. It's going to be in Jacksonville at the end of August. So I want to add more cities, but I can only do what God allows me to do. So wherever the doors are open, I'll go. But I'm just kind of letting it flow and letting it be what it is and just doing my part. But I think you guys are going to enjoy it. I think men are going to feel a little bit more understood and a little bit more appreciated. And I think a lot of women are going to kind of like have an attitude adjustment and are going to kind of like let their guards down when it comes to how they deal with their men. Because a lot of us go into relationships already like, like, all right, I love this nigga, go one way or the other, and I think it's going to just allow us to be just a little bit more trusting, a little bit more feminine, a little softer, a little bit more vulnerable.
Praise the Lord. She's saying those key words.
Yeah, because that's what it did for me. Like, okay, it's not that deep all the time. And so, it's helped me tremendously just in how I deal with like my brothers, my cousins, just the men in general. I just see them a little bit more differently. And again, this is about good men. That's the key term. Why all men cheat. This is why good men cheat.
Yeah.
Like solid men, We ain't talking about we ain't talking about them other ones. We're talking about the ones that really
not the Pookies and the Ray Rays, not the gangsters.
I mean, there could be some good Pookies and Ray Rays out there, but we're just not because surprisingly, you'll be surprised. Sometimes it be the church ones too. That be sliding, okay? So
I know stories. I know stories.
Yeah, I think like a good man just doesn't have a look. I think that was one of the things I learned too. Is like a church man don't make him a good man, and a grand rising man don't make him a good man either. It's like a good man is just a good man, a genuinely kind man. I mean, there are men who are genuine and just have gone through things in life that have made them away. And then there are niggas who they just gone. They just done. They don't care. They're too broken to be fixed. So, it just, I don't know. It's a lot. It gets deep. It's a long conversation, but I think it's going to be a great story to watch.
No,
just make sure you save us our ticket. That's all I'm asking. Just make sure you got our 3 tickets. You get what I'm saying?
I got you. Just
so, Lo, let me ask you. So, what's coming after that? No. Before you get sad to that, is this one going to be recorded? Are you going to have the camera crew in there?
Yes.
You're going to have the camera crew.
Oh my God, I've gotten cussed out so many times.
Yeah, because you remember.
Yeah, for me. Yeah, go ahead.
I say, remember that's the last. You remember I asked you that question a year ago.
Yes, I actually have a whole film crew that's going to be there capturing everything from. I have 2 red carpet hosts. I don't know if you guys know Gamma 305, Miami Got Jokes, which is Rick and Gamma.
Oh, yeah.
They're 2 Miami comedians. They're hosting my red carpet. I have 2 red carpets. So I have a film crew that's going to be backstage with my cast, a crew that's going to be in the lobby, and a crew that's going to be inside actually filming the stage play. I want to live stream it. We're still trying to figure that out. But yes, it's going to be captured on film. My last ones, I'm like, if you come, you come. If you don't, you miss it. But I understand the value now of having, like a trail of the work that I've done. So yes,
basically,
it will be on film.
Not only that, you can package it and put a paywall behind it. You know what I mean? For people who are not able to come, we could still pay to see your play online.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
For sure. I was sleeping on that because I was talking
No,
to
but I need
my
to come
cousin.
in person. I need to come in person because last time it was sold out. You know what I'm saying?
I know. Yo, everyone was calling the day of. Like, a lot of people were calling, like, I know you got extra tickets. I'm like, yo, seriously? Like, I have no seats for y'all. Like, there's nowhere for you to sit. They're like, we'll stand. No, they're trying to get me fined. You cannot come. But at this time, I'm doing it 3 nights so that I can avoid that. It's going to be July 29th, 30th, and 31st. So you have 3 opportunities to come and see it. If you miss it at this point, like, you just playing around.
Yeah. You was gonna say something? Your cousin, you was talking to your cousin about something?
Oh yeah, I was talking to my cousin, who's also one of my mentors, my first mentor ever. We were talking, and he was just talking about like just capitalizing or whatever. And he was like, "Listen, it's 2022. You know, it's like I get it. You want people to come and enjoy it, but you have to be able to, like you said, package it and make money aside from just ticket sales. Ticket sales is the bare minimum." He's like, "There's so much. You can sell merchandise, you can sell whatever." And so on the business side of it, he's like, we're going to take it and we're going to just make it big. For me, it was just about the art. It was about the story. And for him, he's looking out for me on the business side of things. Like, yes, you can tell the story, but the story can also make you money in other ways. So, yeah, we have a whole situation going on.
Your cousin is 100% right, because you got avenues like Amazon, Tubi, where you can submit your play to. You know what I mean? If you have it recorded, Netflix, and you can always get that residual. You know what I mean? Because I wanted to see your people will be like, hey, we want to see your whole catalog. You know what I'm saying? And the more you have out, the more we could be like, okay, yeah, let's get it. Yeah.
In a way, it's also great because I'm going to be able to circle back and do like the other plays that I've done that no one's really seen besides the audience. I can perform them again and be bigger and better. So
you're 100% right. 100% right. So in this era, especially when you could put it on a platform and put a paywall, or you could put it on your own website and put a paywall behind it so people can go see it, and you automatically will be home sleeping while somebody will ching. Like, okay, I want to see her play.
Yep. You know what's crazy? Like, just circling back to the question about men or whatever the case may be, is like a lot of my mentors are males, like older males. So I think that too helps with a lot of my grooming and like how I move. Because the first thing they'll tell me is like, whenever you're going like on a music video set or whatever, dress down, leggings, hoodie. Like, don't ever show up to a meeting in no little dress or whatever. He's like, I get it. You know, you should be able to do whatever. He's like, but as a woman out the gate, you got to just know how to come, you know? And so little things like that, since I was like 21, 22, they've been teaching me like, in certain ways that you have to move in order to be seen in a certain light. And those are things that I've carried with me. So I guess that too is just like taking heed to the wisdom of people who know better and not thinking that you know everything, just being a student and really applying those things. So yeah, a lot of the people who have groomed me have been men. So
can I tell you something?
Also,
whoever told you that was 100% right. Me being a man and me being a man that is somewhat, you could say I might have like a dominant attitude. If you come somewhere,
I remember. Alpha. I remember.
Listen, if you come somewhere looking some kind of way, I'm gonna try you.
Yeah.
It's facts. There's no getting about that. You know what I mean? And sometimes we touched on this a little bit. Women think they know what men want, but they never ask. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes a men will respect a girl who's in a hoodie and some jeans more than a chick in a light skin. Oh, now she an animal. She about fucking.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And I never saw it like that. I'm like, what? I'm a woman. I should be able to. It's like, yeah, you should be, but there's still rules in society. Like things that were here before we got here. So you gotta just play the game.
Major facts.
And like, who wants to come do business in a little ass dress anyway? Like, you're not
nobody.
There. Like, you're not even. Your mind is way over somewhere else.
Now, mind you, go ahead, finish. I'm gonna say.
I was gonna say, like, I can't negate the fact that I'm a beautiful woman. Like, that part I can't control. Like, I'm just naturally pretty. I'm very beautiful. So that is gonna attract its own thing, you know. And then I'm bodied on top of that, so that's gonna attract its own thing.
Pretty privilege. I
can do. But I can definitely do my part when it comes to handling business and making sure, you know, like I present myself how I need to be presented. So
100%. Listen, and I wanted to say that there's layers to that too, because good men respect women that don't look like hoes. Good men. There's men who don't care about that type of stuff. There's men who'll deal with you any kind of way, but that doesn't mean they respect you. But men who serious about their money, or men who's on their version of focusing on their purpose, if you look like a straight animal, we gonna try you. Or if I know you money, listen, I know you money hungry. If I know you money hungry, you got that Carisha mentality. I say, okay, how much is gonna cost for me to shit on your stomach?
What? What is that's crazy.
No, but think about it, Lo. Think about it.
No, I understand, but it's crazy. That's funny.
Yeah, you see what I'm trying to say? If you money hungry, there's no reason for me to respect you. Now, if you come in here, show me respect, and you was like, you act like, nigga, your money don't mean nothing. A nigga be like, oh, what's her story? What she's on, especially if you're a woman, you out here doing your own thing. I think it's sexy when I see a woman just out here getting her own bag. I'm like, yeah, she really ain't stunning niggas. You know what I mean? Especially, you know, I've always seen you dress classy. You know what I mean? That's something that women here in Florida do not do. A lot of women don't dress classy. They don't dress like they got some type of sense. You know what I mean? So
it's Hakeem, it's not just here in Miami. It's on social media as well.
Oh, no, you're 100% right.
What I will say, is that see, this is I have to pick and choose my words. So I'm not like defending women because that's not what I'm trying to do. I want you guys to understand. There's like a few different ways to do that, because although I do get my own money and you know I appreciate making my own bag, like as a woman though, I could never be with a man who wasn't generous with me. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it can't be all about money, but you also got to know like the type of woman that I am. If I treat myself top notch, I'm gonna expect you to treat me like to treat me top notch too. And it's not on no city girl, whatever, but that's just the reality. I'm a woman, you're a man. You want me to be feminine? I'm gonna be feminine, but you also gotta understand your role as a man as well. Like, don't think I'm gonna be shy with asking, because I'm not. I'm not begging, but just know if I want something, I would assume that you're gonna make it happen. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's not because anybody's broke. It's not because of no city girl shit, but that's just the natural, to me, that's just the natural order.
No, but what happens if he's broke? Well, what happens if he's broke? You don't have nothing.
Why what?
What happens if he's broke? He don't have anything.
Why what?
What happens if he's broke and he doesn't have anything? The only thing he has is his character and his willingness to learn.
Okay, but if he's broke, he doesn't have anything. Is he really in a position though to be trying to build something solid with somebody at this age?
I'm gonna have to agree with her.
Like, at my age,
I disagree, but go ahead.
You have to understand what I'm looking for. Okay, at 21, 22, you were trying to figure it out. At this age, we're going to be trying to buy a home. We're going to be trying to have kids. We're going to be trying to build something solid. So that stage, you should have already worked through that stage before you try to get with me. And there are some women who don't care. Like, you can go be with those women. But for me, that's not what I want, because I don't live like that. So I would never be able to be with someone who wasn't. And understand this, broke is a mindset. We're not talking about your pockets today, because your pockets today and your pockets tomorrow could be very different. But if you're broke in mindset, like, I don't really know what I want to do. I'm not really trying to do nothing. I'm just chilling. I just want to, chill with the boys. I want to be on the block. That's a broke mindset. Your money, you could be broke today. I do a show, whatever, and our bag is up. That's something completely different. You know what I'm saying? But you talking about he's just broke, he's on his dick, and I'm supposed to just be like, oh, I'm not there to build you up. That's not
no, I'm not referring to that. I'm not referring to that. There is some men that just do the best they can. That's all they can do. And there's a lot of women, not you.
The best you can is not all you can do. That's completely false.
That's the best he can do. The best he can do. No, it's not. For example, For example, there is some man, all they want to do is work a 9 to 5 and go home. They don't want to build no career. They don't want to do it. That's all they want to do. And they do become. Go ahead.
But then how would he be broke if he works a 9 to 5?
Yeah, he's not. Yeah, that's different. He's not broke. That's not being broke.
Bro. See, y'all get that. See, the aspect. Remember, see, the thing is, my aspect of broke is totally different. I'm not talking about broke in the aspect of some people say broke in the aspect of, oh, he's making 6 figures. I'm talking about a guy that's making $40K a year.
Hey, Lo, I get what you. I get. Let me say something, and I get what you're trying to say, and if I'm wrong, just let me know. You're trying to say is if you have a 9 to 5, But Lowe's trying to say that's fine. But if you make good money working a 9 to 5, are together? Are we going to invest in the house? Are we going to invest in the home? If you still go work your 9 to 5, that's all.
Yeah, because at first you said, "What if he's broke and he don't have nothing?" That's what you said at first.
Yeah.
That's what you initially said.
No, because some women say he don't have nothing to aspect that he cannot buy you a Chanel bag. He can't buy you Louis Vuitton.
But that's not.
He probably can't even give you a house.
Ronnie, she didn't say none of that though.
Right.
She didn't mention
I'm just saying in the aspect of broke. Go ahead.
But why does that make him broke though? Because he can't buy me a Chanel bag. That doesn't make him broke.
A lot of women. Not you. I'm not talking about you, but there's a lot of women discredit that man, and it's a fact.
But Lowe's trying to get it goes by the mindset. That's what Lowe's trying to go through. It's how the woman how her mindset is. That's her mindset.
As mindset, like to me, see, my standard isn't measured by what you can buy me. That's the thing. That's what I'm trying to say. Like my standard isn't measured by whether or not he could buy me a Chanel bag. That's not my standard, but that might be a standard for some men. Some men might feel like they broke if they can't buy a woman a Chanel bag. Everybody's standard of wealth and whatever is different. Me, if you're getting up every day, you taking care of your business. And again, it goes back to mindset. Because a broke mindset is a nigga that's like, I'm not doing nothing. Like he has no ambition, no purpose, no nothing. That's a broke mindset. I can't be with you. I don't give a damn what you got going on because you're going to drag me right down with you. But a man who wakes up and goes to work every day and does what he has to do, by all means. Now, whether or not that works for me, that's my own thing. I personally want a man who's an entrepreneur because of how I live. I don't want somebody that's at home every day and expects me to be home by 6 because that's not my lifestyle. I go to work and then I get off and I start my rehearsals at 7 p.m. I'm not home till 11 o'clock. So the lifestyle itself is just different. Has nothing to do with how much he makes, but I personally don't feel like I would be successful with someone who lives that life because of what his expectations would be of me. Like, well, I expect a warm dinner every night at 7. It's like, well, I ain't gonna be there. You know, like it's not gonna line up. Now, someone who I feel is an entrepreneur who can understand long hours, who can understand traveling, who can understand meetings, who can understand conference calls and whatever, I feel like we would get along a little bit better just because he understands and his expectations would be in line with how I live, you know? But what you do, like how you make your money is irrelevant. How you think is everything to me.
No, I agree with you 100%. I think that's a conversation you have when you initially meet somebody and stuff like that, and y'all lay those type of things on the table. So you say, hey, are you going to be comfortable with this? Me doing this, me being that. But one thing I am going to say is, Ron, I gotta, you know what I mean? As you get older, you know, as me being an older man, there's certain things I cannot deny that she's saying is very true. You feel me? I feel that men should not seek relationships out if there's certain things that are not checked, especially if a woman is the type of woman you want. If that's in your league, you be able to go after that. You feel what I'm trying to say? Because I still have old school Haitian principles, to be honest with you. My goal in life, and me and Jordan, and we all talked about this, to get to a financial place where my wife doesn't have to work.
Okay, but on the average, let's be realistic here.
Yeah.
Let's just be realistic. I'm being honest, half of the black man don't make enough.
No. That is true. That's them. And you are right, Ronnie. A lot of black men are not going to be able to provide.
I'm not speaking for me. I'm not speaking for you. I'm not speaking for Jordan. I'm speaking for the man that's listening on this podcast that don't make enough. They trying their hardest to make the hardest to live the American dream, with their women, but it's just not making enough. And there's a lot of women out here just appreciate these type of men.
Saying, but there are women who will appreciate that kind of man. Like,
which is true too. I'm agreeing with you.
It's not the majority. Contrary to popular belief, it's not the majority of black men. It's not. Like, I don't know where.
I agree.
I don't believe the majority of black men. Maybe the men in your immediate life, maybe, or like what you see on a day-to-day with your neighborhood. I don't know. Like, I don't know where that is coming from. I don't think it's the majority of men because.
You can look up.
Let me tell you
you can look up United States Census Bureau of Labor, and it'll show you that a lot of average black men don't make enough in America.
What's enough? Enough to do what?
To live the American dream, which is a nice family home, a nice white picket fence. They just don't make enough, and they're trying their hardest to make enough to live the American dream. Go ahead.
That's why they're partners, and that's what I'm saying. There's some women who are okay with that. There's some women. Let me tell you something. You know, to me, a man who owns his own property, like a man who owns a condo versus a man who rents a 10-bedroom home, is more valuable. A man who owns a condo, a 2-bedroom condo, that's $150,000, is a lot more valuable than a man who's renting a 10-bedroom house. Why is that? Because he owns something.
Definitely.
There's something that belongs to him. There's something that we could pass down to our kids. That person who owns the house that you're renting could sell that home and your ass gotta go. You own nothing. You understand? So that's what I'm trying to say as far as like mindset. It's like if you can start by buying a condo, then that means you have the mindset to grow. You may not make what you need to be making working a 9 to 5, but that doesn't mean you can't build your own business. That doesn't mean you can't, you know, I don't know, sell hunch punches. Like
or go get your CDL license.
And I want to ask, add something to that, Lo. Keep as long as you go ahead, finish. I want to add something to that as well.
No, I say I'm not disagreeing with her. You know, I'm just saying, you know, there's views and opinions. I do feel that there's certain kind of women you got to get your money up for, and there's nothing wrong about that.
It's a lot of ways to get money up. I mean, there's literally you can make sandwiches and sell them shits. Literally.
No, you're 100% right.
I mean, like you can make freaking frozen cups and sell them shits for cents. I don't fucking know. Like
no, you are not. But here's the thing that Ron gets where I do agree with him on this. There are certain women who gain a certain type of men, but can meet that in a sense of to be able to ask for these type of men, but they're not giving up femininity and these type of things. You feel me trying to say? Because you got like, let's be honest about something. Like you probably you look like a person that can get a baller, a patat cake.
Well, of course they can. I've seen patas with some fine ass.
Listen. Just listen. You seen fat girls with some niggas, they might sleep with them. They're not going to marry them. That's the difference. You know what I mean? No, I'm just giving an example. Most niggas with money have a certain type of woman they want. And there's certain kind of women who can gain a certain type of men. Now, mind you, they are a group. The problem is where I think Ronnie is trying to get, which I agree with him. A lot of women in all different levels are competing for the same men. And they're leaving a group of men out there not like, especially in Miami, if you don't got scammer money and you somewhere, most women are not going to talk to you.
That's what I'm trying to tell her. That's why I'm trying to relate to her. There's good women out here, but they're not gonna pick those type of men that's working a 9 to 5. They're gonna be like, no, I want the scammers because they want to live that glamorous life. Women want security at the end of the day. Go ahead.
But it goes vice versa. Why do you want a girl that wants a Chanel bag?
Yeah, that is like, true.
It's not always. Remember, women are attracted to what they see, and they see other women with a Chanel bag. They want a Chanel bag.
That is not true.
I would say this. Let me say this, Ronnie. Those type of women,
like nice things, yes. Like
what I want to say is those type.
I'm not talking about you. I'm just saying in the general sense. But go ahead.
Those type of women, I would say those type of women who want Chanel's bag, who want us to get scammers, they want the now. What about in the next 10 years, 20 years, 30 years? They're not thinking about the future. They just thinking about the now. So those women,
majority of the women don't think for the future. They think of the now. That's why.
Why do you keep saying majority?
That's
why are you saying majority?
Let
me tell you something.
Go ahead, love. Go ahead.
This is what I'm trying to say. You're using the word majority because it's like majority is perspective. Because majority of my friends all own their homes. They all own their own businesses. They buy their own Chanel bags and their own Gucci bags if they want to. Their men, though, know to come correct on their birthdays, special occasions. They know, but their men are not going out every day buying them Chanel bags. It's not practical. So the majority of the people I know are in very stable, healthy relationships. They own their own properties. They have nice things. They drive nice cars, but they work hard for it. So, like, what do you mean by majority of women? That's because the women that I'm surrounded by.
If you want to say majority, let's keep it. You know me, Lo, me and you already know. Let's keep it majority. Majority of people. Let's keep it real. Majority of people are in the shade room, correct? All in the shade room on Instagram, correct? Everybody go in the shade room on Instagram, correct? Everybody on the channel, right?
That's incorrect because I don't. It's like so you can't say majority. Like I don't know. I don't.
Okay, but I'm just saying. I'm saying on the general sense on what I see and what's going on online and everything else. Every time somebody posts something, they say, for example, let's say you You post you with a Chanel bag on you. Let's say you had a Chanel bag. Every girl that follow your page, they may not have the money like you say they do. They just work a regular 9 to 5. They see you like with Chanel bag. They're like, damn, Lo looking really good with that Chanel bag. I want my man to give me a Chanel bag. That's what they're thinking. And I'm speaking the truth here. I'm not making this up because I'm telling you.
Okay, so if you see LeBron James wear a pair of Jordans, you're not gonna be like, damn, boy, them shoes look nice. I want a pair. That's just
trendy. Some people do that. I do that. If I saw LeBron James with a pair of Jordans, I'm like, damn, I want a pair of Jordans.
That's human nature. It's human nature. You can't make somebody wrong for that. Everyone has. What I'm saying is that everyone has free will. You can choose whether or not you want to be with those type of women, and those women can choose whether or not they want to be with you. That's just, it's just facts. And there are women who would prefer to build something with somebody and have something solid. But do you want those women? That's the question. It's like, are you paying attention to the women who are in that headspace that want you? No, most of the time you're not. Like, let's be honest. If we're going to talk about majorities, like majority of the time, men are not looking for that. Like, that's just not what they're not choosing those women. Those might be the fat girls. Those might be the girls that may not be as attractive. So you want to be with a fine woman, you got to pay the cost.
That is, she's telling the truth.
You want to be with an Instagram dime, you better have Instagram dime money. That's just
I agree with you.
Like, you got to pay the cost of admission. Like, what are we talking about?
And I tell you, I'm married. Marriage costs. I'll tell you that. It costs.
Yeah.
It's definitely costs. But go ahead.
No, it does. If you want, she's telling the truth. If you want that level, you're gonna have to pay up. You're gonna have to pay up. You're gonna have to pay up.
Don't try to reach for that level and try to water her down. No, that's you. Nobody sent you to go chase that dime. Now you got to pay the cost of admission. Period. Like,
I got another stage play for you. This what we just had this conversation right now. There you go, another stage play for you. You got to create another one.
It's a great topic because it's so true. It's like you can't fault somebody for their standards. You feel me?
No. Don't get me wrong. I used to. I'm not gonna lie to you, and I'm gonna be transparent with you about this. I used to feel like that when I'm a nigga who wasn't getting no money.
Yep. That's usually what the problem is.
Yeah, when you're not getting no money and you want to fuck bad bitches, it's an issue. You gotta stay in your.
Don't have. I said niggas that got money don't have these conversations.
No. So but to be honest with you, that is your niggas with money don't have. But it's a lot of men we do come across. I'm not gonna lie to you, Lo. They want to be with women that look like you, but the pockets is not sufficient enough. And we had these conversations, and we always tell men, hey, you got to focus on your purpose because beauty costs. And
thank you.
Beauty costs, especially the level of woman you want to be with that's representing you. And a lot of men, you could tell by the men who really got lots of money, they're with extremely beautiful women.
And also, and I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead. Yeah.
I was going to say, also understand, like, for those who are married, you understand, like, you guys are a reflection of each other.
Yeah,
so when your woman leaves the house and she meets up with her homegirls or she meets up with her family, they're looking to see how she's being maintained and vice versa. When you leave the house and you leave a house with a wrinkled shirt, or you leave a house hungry, you leave a house ashy, they're not going to be like, why you left your house ashy? They're going to say, well, why did your wife let you leave your house ashy? Why she let you leave wrinkled? It's what it is in any relationship. So of course, I'm going to want to reflect the greatest that there is out there. Just like my man is going to walk out and they're going to be like, damn, boy, your woman, okay, she got you right. You feel me? Like, that's just the reality of it. You want your woman to reflect your best self. You don't want your woman to go out there looking like she's struggling. Like, I don't want to do that.
That's facts.
That life. So I don't mind a man who is, and to be honest with you, like, I've been groomed by men that I've dated too, because I didn't always have an entrepreneurial mindset. I was good with my 9 to 5, my comfortable salary. Like, I had my goals, my plans. The entrepreneur was always in me, but it took someone that loved me enough, a man that saw me and was like, yo, you tripping. This is how you do business. Like, this is how you build the business plan. Like, my mentors and stuff, they trained me with my mindset, but he was the one that was able to sit down with me and be like, it's 3:00 in the morning. I'm yawning. I'm tired. He's like, here's your coffee. Finish it. I'm like, damn, I want to lay down. No, finish these 3 sections and then we get to go lay down. So that's a major part of it too. That's what I'm talking about, mindset. Like, it's not always about money, because if you can't build me and I can't build you, like, what are we really doing?
No, definitely. And if you can't keep up, and I say not to say keep up sometimes, you know what I mean, but you know what I mean, and I think a lot of it has to do with age too, to be real with you, because older men who are kind of set in their ways and who reach a financial situation, they understand certain things that goes on when dealing with women. You feel what I'm saying? And you know what I mean? As I get older and I start to set into certain mindsets and stuff like that. And this is why a lot of women do say that I do come off misogynist at times, but you got to hear my talking points. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? I don't mind spending money. You know what I mean? I don't mind swiping the cards, getting you, making sure you're all right and stuff. But when that happens, when you meet a man like me, who is generous and who willing to before, you're going to have to cook and clean. On-demand sex has to be there.
I mean, but those are your standards, and you just got to you got to let that be known early so that everybody's on the same page. Like,
you definitely. But you see, but when I say that, does it sound like it sounds controlling, right? Right or wrong, but here's the thing. Listen,
the ones who want to do it,
it sounds controlling, but listen, you get on-demand money from it. Hey, Moshe, business $600, business $500, packing problem. What's your cash app?
Let me tell you something, okay? Like,
but you see how easy that was, right? You see how easy that was, right?
Of course, that's what it is. But also, too, it goes back to the type of woman. If you're talking about a woman that you're married to, yeah. But if you're talking about, again, an Instagram dom who is what she does for a living, like that, it ain't gonna translate well. It's just
but let's say even regular women. Listen, I tell men this: you can't be complaining about spending money with a woman if you want. Listen, the reason why I don't have an issue spending money because there's certain things that I want. Am I wrong? Hello, are you there?
I think she lost connection. Hold on.
Oh, yeah.
I think she give her a second. Go ahead, Lo.
I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Your thing is staticky.
I'm here. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you perfect. But do you? Mm-hmm.
Did we lose her?
No, she there.
No, but I get your point.
Yeah, but Ronnie,
but you see people in the comments.
You guys hear me?
They agree with what I was saying.
Can you hear me? Hello.
Yeah.
But can you hear me?
Yeah, but Ronnie, I agree with you. I agree where you coming from too. Listen, the regular people cannot ask for that if they're not at that level to get that. You feel me?
Exactly.
You can't ask for that.
Huh? You cannot. You just gotta be within your stay in your tax bracket. I'm just being honest. I'm not trying to be rude. That's women too, you know, like if you want to fly different, no cheap shit, because it goes both ways. It's not just one way, you know what I'm saying? Like it has to be reciprocated. It has to go. But to me, like access to my time, my energy, my thoughts, my investment that we got going on, that's what I'm needing with the price, because I worked hard to get to where I'm at and to gain the knowledge that I have. So just
you're breaking up.
You're breaking bad. You're losing signal on Eleanor. Low, you're losing signal.
And down, nice dinner. You better make sure I'm enjoying. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
There you go. Yeah,
but Low, hello. You're saying we all saying the same thing. Listen, you get a man, he financially support.
Yes.
Oh, you breaking down? You can't hear me?
I didn't say nothing.
Imagine this. We're both saying the same thing. Imagine this. You get with a man. He knows you're a playwright, right?
Mm-hmm.
He say, "Chérie, pas de problème. M'besoin pour régler business ça. Tout bagay I'ma handle for you." He gives you car. He makes sure the house and bills are taken care. You sure you ain't gonna be feminine to somebody like that?
Of course you are. Like without a shadow of a doubt. Without a shadow of a doubt.
Now, mind you, here's the thing. You should be feminine even to a potential. And I'm not talking about a Pookie or Ray, a person you meeting. This is the thing too. No, for real. This is the thing too sometimes. There's men who's not going to show you the whole booklet when you act a certain kind of way. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm saying, and I'm only saying this to say this is like, because most women want men to give up money automatically right away. Oh, it's nothing. I meet baller niggas to do that. So you got to be feminine right away too. You feel me? Because
go ahead. I'm listening. Go ahead.
No. The only reason why I say that is too, the one can't be the one. It has to balance itself out. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
It has to balance itself out unless you're a woman of virtue and you can show yourself that and we can do that. That's why I say when you say that, I quiet because I agree with you. Women who are at a certain level, as far as beauty, as far as being fit, as far as keeping themselves up, and you know what I mean. You know, being with a woman like that represents you in a certain kind of way. You know, niggas is fiending the fuck up. You feel what I'm saying? And you get a dime like that. That's something you got to understand what comes with that. You know what I'm saying? And understand that she's gonna have a gainer type of lifestyle. If you want that, you gotta understand how much
exactly.
that costs.
You have to that's what I'm trying to say. And it's like, and going back to what you were saying, as far as like some women want men to break it off up front or whatever the case may be, let me explain that from a woman's perspective. I believe that what a man does in the beginning is what he's gonna do throughout the entire relationship. Like it's not like he's gonna magically just start pulling money out his pocket. If a nigga is cheap from the beginning, he's gonna be cheap in life. Like if he's cheap with himself, he's gonna be cheap with you. Like that's like common sense 101 in my personal opinion. So if out the gate it's already like a struggle for me to for you to show up for me how I need you to, and whatever, if I have my tires blown out and it's like, oh, all right, well, let me know when you make it somewhere safe. X, I'm done with you.
Yeah. Now, mind you, am I doing this we just met, or I'm doing this after 3 months?
No, 3 months, that's a long time. Like, hell no, 3 months, that's a long time. It ain't no just met, but it could be within the first 30 days. It doesn't matter.
Okay, like, that's different. Did we have sex yet?
I don't know. Did you? I don't know. Does it matter?
No. It does matter, because here's the thing. What do men want?
So you got to be fucking me to come help me with my tire?
Yes.
That's crazy.
Listen.
Well, why would I let you fuck me if you wouldn't come help me with my tire?
No. We don't know that yet. We don't know that yet. Listen. Listen. We don't know that yet. What the point I'm trying to say is, a man coming to help. Okay, you want to know something? You got me there. Hello?
Yeah, I'm here.
I had to think about it. I had to think.
That's what men don't understand. Like,
I got to think about.
What lubricates a woman is a nigga that is on point from top to. I'm not asking you to send me 10 bands, cash out. That's not what I'm asking. But you're trying to tell me, like, if something's wrong with my car.
No, you're right. You're right.
You're not gonna help me. You would never fuck me.
Listen.
Hey, Hakeem, you gotta look attractive too to have sex with you too.
Listen, you want to know something? I need to apologize. Listen, I need to apologize to her because I had just went to Liberty City that quick.
Okay.
But this is the stuff that women deal with, though.
No, you're right. You're right.
This is why I think that men are getting the city girl mindset confused with being a man. Like,
that is true. You're right. You're right. You got me. You got me.
You know, it's little things like that that's just like, okay, I'm not asking you to pay for my hair or my nails. The AC broke in my car. You're willing to let me ride around the city in a hot ass car? I would never fuck you. Period. Because if you gonna let me do that now, you gonna let me do it then. Like, it's like, it comes with a protective nature. It comes with just, it tells you a lot about a guy. Period.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? What?
But let me ask you a question. Go ahead, finish it. I'm gonna ask you a question.
I was gonna just say, like, it's got to a point where, like, I expect for my nigga to get my car washed every few weeks.
That's nothing.
I expect for him to fill my gas tank. I expect for him to take care of me and to protect me. That's just what I expect.
But
some niggas in their minds like, what? I ain't getting her car washed. What?
The car wash is kind of nothing. The car wash is nothing. That's kind of minute. But here's the thing:
but you'd be surprised.
The car wash is 10, 15. That's really nothing. But here's the issue where men come in. When monetary starts to get big, what do the men get in return? That's where the disconnect comes in. Because
I gotta talk about that. I mean,
we do gotta talk about that, because here's the thing. Hearing from a man perspective, and a lot of us, we don't get with women for money. Sometimes a woman come to the relationship broke. She don't bring no dollars. She don't bring nothing. Automatically, we're already in a deficit $1,000 just in the first week with you.
Let me ask you something.
Yeah, go ahead.
Let me ask you something. Let me ask you a question, right?
Yeah.
And this is just be honest with me.
No, go ahead, Queen.
So were
You
men
can ask me.
happier when women were just fucking? I'm saying like were men happier like 5, 6, 7 years ago when they were able to just fuck women for fun?
No.
And then quit? Like
No.
is the problem that now women are having standards
No.
on whether or not they'll fuck you based on how you like what's the real issue? Because I had this conversation too with my brothers, and they were like, "No, women these days, y'all just, this the first time that y'all been able to be liberal, and y'all new to this. Niggas been running shit. Like now women running shit. Y'all don't know how to act, whatever." It's like,
no.
I mean, we've been running shit, but just more low key than what people would understand. And two, like, what's the problem? Because when y'all was able to fuck us because we liked you, and y'all were able to just mutt and do whatever you wanted, I didn't hear all this complaining. But now women are like, well, listen, I'm not fucking you unless you showing up for me, and unless you cutting the check. Now it's a problem. Like what?
No, but I kind of agree because the women was falling for the wrong type of men. That's what it was. They was fucking
and that's the thing. And let me explain something. Your brothers are expressing some things because the landscape wasn't like this back then. A lot of women wasn't asking for niggas to get money. Now, here's the thing. Let me break something down. There's nothing wrong with a woman asking a man for money, but in reciprocation, what is the man getting from you? Now, when you say time, a man look at that as that, okay, time is what? Now, mind you, here's another thing. You listening?
Yeah, go ahead.
I don't think it's right for a man to be asking for pussy early. I don't think that's right. Now, man, I'm an older man. Now, here's the thing. When the monetary...
I came on that one.
No. I know. Listen, the only reason why I say that, I'm in a different mind state now as far as that.
You will get used and abused, and you will be a doormat.
No. Listen. Because, I'm trying to...
Any nigga that asks for pussy is lame. But go ahead, continue.
No, so here's what I'm saying. I don't think...
No, he's not. And I could debuttal that, but go ahead.
Now, mind you,
the fuck? That's crazy. Like to actually say, like, yeah, so when you gonna let me fuck? That's weird.
Okay, the women, are women open about their feelings?
About their feelings about what? Like just their emotions
in general? Are women open about their feelings in general?
With the right nigga, yeah. With the right nigga.
Be open? Okay, then why can't man be open about his feelings?
Because
his wants and his feelings are not the same. You want to stick your dick in me. That ain't got nothing to do with how you feel.
That's what I want. It's the same thing what a woman say. When a woman say, I want you to pay the bills, that's what she wants.
No.
There ain't no way you telling the women that you want to fuck them and they letting you fuck wrong. Ain't no way.
In the smooth and the seductive way.
Ain't
you just don't
damn way.
You got to do it.
What type of women you talking
about?
We'll talk about that on another show, but go ahead.
No.
I can go in with that, but go ahead.
Yeah. Let me ask you this. So when we look at it, this.
Hey, Lo, you already know me, man. You should know.
Yeah.
That's insane. I shouldn't know shit. Like that's crazy.
No, so look at it from this, Lo. Let me ask you a question.
Mm-hmm.
If a man is coming for it, if he's showing up for you and he's making sure you monetary. Now, you know what most men love language is, do you?
I don't know. What is it?
Physical touch. Physical touch.
Mm-hmm.
Physical touch and act of service.
I figured that much, yeah.
100%. And women is quality time, gifts, and words of affirmation. Baby, you look so good. Damn, you fine in that dress. Now, here's the thing. If a man is monetary doing a lot in the beginning, what is he getting in return for you?
See, this is where a lot of the confusion happens because you're doing monetarily a lot. That's you. You know your cap on what you're willing to do monetarily. And men have the option to say no. Y'all know that, right? Like
no, definitely.
No. So at the end of the day, it's like if you're coming out the gate and women ask you for 5 bands out the gate, if you're uncomfortable with that, you can say no. And just understand that you don't meet that woman's particular standards.
100%. But let me ask you a question. If he's giving 5 bands, could he be now 5 bands doesn't that mean she has to fuck him?
I don't know. That's them. That's what they talk about. I don't know. Everybody's relationships are different. What I'm trying to say is, you know, like, can no nigga come ask me for 5 bands out the gate? Because I'm gonna look at you crazy. But that's me. You feel me? Like, everybody's. You know, for some niggas, money is nothing. You feel me? Like,
I agree. She's speaking true.
Everybody is different. Every single person is different. I could ask a nigga for $500 right now. He gonna look at me crazy. And I could ask somebody else for $500. It's like, what? That's all you? That's it. You feel me? I'd be nervous if a bitch let me fuck for $500. Like, why is it so easy for me to fuck you?
Yeah.
That's it. You feel me? Like, I would feel uncomfortable if I was a guy and it was that easy.
No, definitely.
That's a red flag to me.
Everybody,
That's a red flag to me.
That is it. But I'm talking about in a relationship form. In a relationship.
Well, in a relationship, who's keeping tabs on money? Like, I'm sure y'all go out and pays and sometimes he pays.
No, nobody's keeping tabs. But I guess this is where the disconnects come, and I think that where like you know what I'm saying. Sometimes I think men feel that women are getting satisfied with the monetary thing, and a man is just waiting around for after he's monetary being able to. And we're talking about men who are trying to get into relationships. Yeah. And men who's seeking relationships and being with them. Like,
and let me tell you something.
Coming out
the pocket on such a big way. When you're trying to be in a relationship, coming out the pocket in such a big way out the gate is not the way to go. That's what I'm gonna say. Like, if you're looking for something serious, because most of the time, men who are looking for a real connection, they show up differently. They handle things differently. You know, like, they move differently with you. Yeah. And that energy is just different between y'all. And I'm gonna tell you something. Women know who to play with and who not to play with. They know who's potential to be my man, and they know who's just like, well, this gonna be my food nigga. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and you know the energy too, because sometimes she texts you, sometimes she don't. Sometimes she answers your call, sometimes she doesn't. Sometimes like, you're not dumb. At the end of the day, like, no one's dumb in this situation. Like, everybody knows what time it is. And again, the energy is just different. He's spending time with you different. She's spending time with you different. Like, the conversations are different. Y'all connecting on a whole different. It's just, the energy is just different. So it's like, you know, whether or not early on, you know what time it is. If you decide to keep coming out the pocket, like, I mean, no one can be mad at you but you. If you think like the more you spend, the closer you're getting to her vagina, that's definitely not that. You know, like, that's just, it ain't that, you know? But I mean, again, like I said, everybody's motive, standards, and lifestyle is just different. I don't think women are wrong for asking for nice things. And I don't think men are wrong for not wanting to give it. Like, everybody has the power to say yes, and everybody has the power to say no. That goes for money, that goes for vagina, that goes for everything, you know? Like, so, like, how can we be mad at anybody for?
No, nobody's mad. And so a man asking for pussy can't be lame too.
I was just about to say, I just don't think that niggas should be going around saying like, all right, what's the
No, they're not going around. But if he's dealing with somebody and if a person asking for 2-3 bands up front, he should be able to be like, hey, what that mouth do?
Right. See, but that's that energy that y'all.
And that's dealing between two consensual adults.
That's what I'm saying. Like, y'all real. It's transactional, you know, it's transactional. But if you're talking about like a high quality woman, like a high value woman, and she's telling you like, hey, my tire's fucked up, or my, I don't know, like the sensor in my whatever the fuck is fucked up, and you're like, okay, well, I ain't coming to change your tire unless you let me fuck. It's like, boy.
No, that's it.
Like,
no, you got a point.
Fucked up. You know what I mean? Like,
you got a point.
Transactional, you know when it's not. Like,
no, you're right.
So that's just my whole point. It's like,
no,
gotta come correct, I guess.
No, I agree with you 100%. I do think that those acts of service do tell what kind of quality of a dude you are. Because certain things like that really don't mean nothing. Changing a tire, putting some oil, getting the car oil changed. That do kind of show that, hey, if you're willing to come for this, maybe he might come for something big.
Exactly.
Yeah, you do got a point on that. You definitely do.
I can trust you. I know that I can call you. A lot of women don't have men that they can call.
No. On
the side of the highway, you know, they got to call a tow truck. Like, a lot of women don't have that. So it's like men, I feel like, are stepping out of the protector role. It's like, y'all so guarded with y'all pockets that it's like, well, nah, fuck that. She could just be, I ain't helping her with that. Oh, they gonna think I'm a simp if I help her push her car. Like, what?
No.
You know, like, what's happening? It's just a lot of weird shit going on in the world right now. But I'm just saying, like, Yeah.
You're telling so true, because there was a situation one time where I'm not gonna mention this dude's name. You know, I was with a dude one time, and somebody called them and said, "Hey, my car broke down." He said, "Don't you got AAA?"
What? You see what I mean, though? Like,
listen,
what?
Listen. She was up the block. I say, "Fool, I got a jack in the truck. We could just go ahead and go." He said, "Nah, sit there and let her handle her business."
See what I mean? Like, it just be weirdo shit like that. But it's like, but y'all want women. There's just no. It's just weird. Shit is just weird.
No, it does. But you do kind of sense that you can't blame one side 100% without the other side, because a lot of women allow stuff like that. Huh?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, what? What?
You know, there's a lot of women who allow stuff like that. And what we're talking about is hearsay sometimes, because we're not talking about people who are trying to get, like, if we're talking about people who are trying to get married, that's a different conversation. These are just the people we talking about, just actively just dating. A lot of these people are not trying to get married. They're not trying to settle down. You feel what I'm trying to say? And a lot of women are getting mixed up and mingled with that. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, and this is the reason why we got our brother here, Jordan. He's our marriage expert. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
He's our marriage expert. He's been married to Jordan. How long you been married?
Going on 2 years.
Going on 2, but he's been with his wife 12.
But 12 years. Thank you.
You know, he's the provider at his house.
I've been married.
Huh?
Yeah.
You said you've been married?
I said they've been married.
Yeah,
for 12 years.
12 years they've been married. And you know what I'm saying? And this is the type of thing, the things that you're echoing, and the fact that I could say that the things you're echoing is we have to validate it, because you didn't put nothing monetary behind it. You didn't ask for a Gucci bag. You didn't ask for a Mercedes. I'm not saying that would be wrong for a woman who's married to a man to ask for that, or you're in a serious relationship. You feel what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
To be like,
I feel like she's more entitled than anybody to be asking for that, to be honest.
No,
like,
100%.
Yeah, I feel like any woman who's with a man is more entitled than anybody to ask for, you know, nice things. And it's like, I feel like they're the ones who are the most humble sometimes. Like, they don't ask for money for their hair, their nails. Like, it's kind of, it's you know, because
you know what I mean. And this is the thing, me being a man, is when you meet good quality women who respect themselves and hold themselves up, there's nothing in the world you can't get.
Mm-hmm.
True.
There's nothing in the, listen, you say you want me to go co-sign this for you, baby, go ahead. We got a 700 credit score. Let's go down there and get that for you. You know what I mean? If you a woman and you treating a man of such, but you know what I mean? But dudes do gotta show up. You know what I mean? I do think this is a 50-50 thing in certain things. You know what I'm saying?
And that goes back to Ron's question when he was like, well, what about the men that are struggling or whatever? It's like, yeah, but no. You know, like, I want to be able to be like, baby, I want a Porsche truck. And it's like, all right, well, give me 3 months. We're going to make it happen. I don't want to be like, well, you know, what? Like, no, what? I need you to be like, damn, okay, my girl want a Bentley truck. So let me just, all right, we're going to fit. Let me get my credit up. Let me make sure, you know, like, I want to make it happen. I might not be able to get her a Bentley, but I might be able to get her, you know, like, I don't know.
The thing is with your logic, Lo, you know, like I said, I speak from realistic. I do research and I see everyday men. I work with everyday men, and I see that a lot of women are taking these men for granted, and the men are doing the best they can. Some men would never afford a Bentley. You get what I'm saying? They would never will afford a Bentley, and it's a reality, and it's nothing to be upset about. But it's just like you said, it's the final woman that fits you.
Knows that the woman they're with knows accept that. She know that.
But
the woman that married him knows
that. Lo, you understand something? We do live in Miami. That's why I keep saying you got to be realistic. We live in Miami, like you said. There is girls that can meet a guy that say 500 ain't nothing for me. You get what I'm saying? So that's why I speak from both spectrum. So that's why I just want you guys to see from my point of view. You get what I'm saying? That's all.
And we understand it, but I understand where you come from, but I definitely understand where she comes, because my brother, what you had just said, Lo, earlier, my brother echoed the same thing. He said, hey, if you're with somebody, sometimes women don't want to hear that you can't do it. You be like,
At
hey,
all.
babe, yeah, you know what I mean? You can't do it. They be like, they do want to hear, if you can't do it right now, let me hear a plan. Like, hey, babe, give me 3-4 months. I'm gonna take the second job and we'll get you what you need. You know what I mean? So, because
And sometimes
sometimes
it's about seeing that he's willing to do that for you. Like, even if the shit never materializes, but you should never tell your woman, nah, I can't do that. Like, that's the number one pussy killer of all time. Like, even if you got a lie, I'm like, you know what, I got you. Don't worry about it. I'm gonna surprise you with it. Your answer got to be something along those lines. No woman wants her man to say, or wants to hear her man. No woman wants to hear her man say, like, babe, you know, I ain't got it right now. I don't want to hear that shit. Like, at all. If I say I want to go to a nice dinner, you get paid next Friday. It's like, all right, baby, boom. Next Friday, I made reservations. I got you. I'm gonna take care of you. Finesse it. Like, I don't want to hear you about you struggling. I don't want to hear that. That's not attractive. You feel me? Like, now I'm not talking about we having a heart-to-heart conversation. We talking about finances. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about if I ask you for something, if you can't do it right now, don't tell me I can't do it right now. Finesse me. You know what I'm saying? Like, keep it sexy. Keep it, all right, babe, I got you. Don't worry about it. Don't worry. I got you. I'll make reservations for next week or for 2 weeks and we're good. You know, that's just, and to me, like, that's key. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't need you to be able to go do it right now, but don't tell me like, man, you know, I only got $10 in my account. Like, all right, well.
If you know your woman, like girlfriend, boyfriend, married, if you know your woman, like we ask a question, you know how to, like for my wife, I know some stuff that she wants and I kind of like, okay, I'm a finesse it. You know, if I can't get it this week, I'll definitely get it next week.
Exactly. You know, but it's just how you handle it. It's like, you know, and I think that's just how you handle that is how you handle situations in life too. Like, and I was telling this American guy, I'm like, yo, the reason I love Haitian men is because Haitian men got this finesse about them, like, in how they talk to you. You know what I'm saying? They could be bullshitting you from here to A to Z. I'm from here to Timbuktu, but it's a finesse that they have. Like, you could be like, damn, baby, you like this dress? They gonna be like, man, that shit ugly as fuck. No, they're not gonna answer. They're gonna be like, you know, nah, I ain't really vibing it. Like, you know, they're not so harsh. Like, and I think that's what a lot of men are like missing, like that finesse. They're missing the sensuality in it. It's like, damn, I'm not your homeboy. I'm your woman. Like,
somebody in the comments said, I'm scared to even say what did they say.
No, don't say it. Don't say it.
Don't say it. But all right. You know that term that a lot of women don't like to hear.
Don't say it.
But
what term?
Huh?
What term?
It's gonna pull on the show. Don't say it.
You know that term that a lot of women don't like to hear that certain men say to women when they ask for stuff. No, when they ask for stuff.
And they say no.
No, when they ask for stuff, when a woman asks for stuff, this is a new term that men are starting to say. They say, hey, why don't you say this? Somebody in the comments said it.
Said what?
What you bring to the table.
Okay, what's wrong with that?
That's a different. That's
not a valid. That's not a valid question. Well, I don't get it.
No. Lo could say the same thing to a man. What you bring to a man?
Yeah. We just think, you know, that's a scary term to say to certain women because they go slap off. What the fuck I bring to the table? I am the table.
Then leave. She said that, leave.
That's funny. I don't think that's a wrong question to ask though. I mean, it's a valid. People are human. Like, whatever a man could do, a woman could do. Whatever a woman could do, a man could do. So I think that's a very valid question. Like, what do you bring to the table?
But go ahead. But not everything a man can do. No, we're not the same. But
I'm not talking about that. That's not what I meant. But okay, go ahead. I don't mean like physically. I'm just saying any question that a man can ask, a woman can ask too. So it's like,
okay, yeah.
It's not.
No.
I don't think it's a bad ask. Is what I'm saying. Like, yeah, it's a valid question. What do you bring to the table? I don't see nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
Well, Lo, go ahead, Hakeem.
No, I just say she's right. Lo, you want to know something? Like, I just I feel like if you could see me, I'm smiling. I like from the last time we spoke, there's a lot of growth.
Yeah.
Like there's a lot of growth. I don't know. It's just like this. there's halos around you, like sunshine is bright. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know what to say.
Appreciate
Like,
that. I appreciate that a lot. It's a
no,
compliment.
I could tell you on a whole different pattern. You could probably tell I'm on a whole different tone as well. You know what I mean? And you know, I agree with a lot you say. So it's beautiful to see you grow, and I can't wait to see you become the woman you
I told
are.
you these interviews I've been doing with men over these past couple of years for this show. Like they've been dropping some gems on me. Like, damn.
Yeah, and I want to ask you too, Lo. Can you tell the guys how to find you and also
Yeah.
talk about the show that's coming up? Because there's a lot of people that tune in tonight. We had a lot of people that tune in tonight, so I think they would like to go to your show. So tell them about it.
So my name is Elodie Alcindor. You can find me on Instagram at Miss Elodie Alcindor. I'm sure they're gonna tag me somewhere in the caption.
I got you in the description too. I'll put it in the description.
I am the director and producer of the stage play Why Good Men Cheat. It's coming July 2022. And it's a dope show. It tells a story about men in love, men in relationships, how they feel, how they think, and you know, what they need. So I think it'll be great for everybody to come out and see it, come vibe with us. It's gonna be a great time. DJ Lucky C is on the 1s and 2s. It's gonna be a cocktail hour, open bar. Like, it's gonna be a great time. So
hey Lo, make sure you get the tickets, man. DM us as soon as you get the tickets. Yo, we buying it.
And we'll cash app you that money. But look, drop your website for your
my favorite word. Cash app me. That's my favorite word.
Yeah.
I'm kidding.
Yeah. Listen, drop your website for your manifestation book. So people, because I dropped it in the link, but I want people to hear for the recordings.
Let me tell y'all, visit www.mylbb1111.com for my little black book. Trust me, y'all, it's a manifestation journal that'll help you to manifest the life of your dreams, the life that you deserve. As long as you're crystal clear on what you want, you're gonna have it.
Praise the
Damn,
Lord.
I like how she talks, man. She talks fast, straight up like a businesswoman.
I'm asking, she sound like she ready to take over Miami.
Well, I remember when I first met Lo, man,
I
was scared. I was nervous. Now I ain't scared and nervous no more. It's like when she laughing because she like, man, Roddy's a scumbag.
Let me tell you something. Y'all about to, okay, Miami gonna just be like, damn. Yeah, I'm a hidden gem in this city right now, okay? So just be on the lookout. That's all I gotta say about that.
Well, you already know then. That being said, KR Culture Radio, we out.